Right, I was going to suggest you don't use your torches. Just noticed also it's a blood moon, so it's the night after a full moon. So never know, maybe some unusual animal behaviour going on.
You'll get
so,
chomp
the tail fell off. These guys are so cute when they're born. They're only about that size, cling to the mother's belly. They grow up very, very fast, and then once they're too heavy for the belly, then move on to the back, and then once they're too heavy to be held in the back, then they're punted off, and then they become independent. And these guys are fully independent now. She's we estimate 28 years old. I'm going to torch on. She's starting to get a wee bit. She's starting to flare her nose at me. See it out there. It's only one of its kind in this in the country. Very rare species now because the local people between China and Mongolia are hunting them for their skins.
What is it you look? What is it?
Called an Asiatic golden cat. And I don't see the reflection in its eye. Now that's a margay. Now
it just looks like a pet cat.
Doesn't it? It's a nasty piece of work, this I tell you. This one's actually not too bad. But margays are naturally quite an aggressive species, but you find the smaller the species, the more aggressive they tend to be because they've got to prove themselves against greater predators and threats. But this cat retain this behaviour even though they don't have the scent gland. So she sent Mark, at the time again I had my beard, so when I went home the two cats sat at the time just stared at me. They're not impressed with me at all. Look at those massive eyes. Right, that's the boy. See how one of his eyes is reflecting as well as the other?
How strong is that glass?
Blue tactin, I think.
He's got a very shiny teeth.
Yeah. He's only...
You know what they say, no, you don't need to be able to run fast on the tiger, just faster than me.
Look. I don't know. I'll probably get a fair bit of reflection back here, but you'll get to see his colour. Do that. There you go.
Oh, beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous.
It's not like that.
That's the sister. Still up there. Aye, she's there. Right. So what we'll do is we'll go and see if we can...
So beautiful.
Yeah, sees his right eye.
Yeah.
Is the pupil's not dilating. That's the eye, he damaged that one. But considering that it's still functional to a level, it's slight, you can still see a wee bit of damage.
Dinner there, really.
Oh yeah.
Right into the camera.
It's on you, Gary.
Yeah. I know it's a decent amount of meat for dinner when it sees it. He's a cracker. So would he go for you if you went in?
God, aye.
Yeah.
Well and truly. He'd just be a chew toy.
Yeah.
That's playface though. Absolute playface.
He just looks as though you could go up and stroke him and he would just be like, oh, that's nice. Cool. And scratch behind that ear.
I got a minute.
He's lost it.
Hello.
She does it.
I'll take it to get one then.
Oh yeah. Well, they're brother and sister. They're young. Because they're only 18 months. We're holding them for quarantine, and then she's going to go off to another zoo.
Oh.
Because once they hit about the 2-year period, females come into maturity, and then there's the risk that if the two of them were kept together. Well, we don't want that, simple as that. I need to explain that one. Numbers have dropped dramatically over the last 70 years or so, because at the back end there's a scent gland that produces a very, very thick musk, which is used in very expensive perfume. Now, they're farmed illegally for this and slaughtered. And you can actually tell, because see if you look at his face, see how he's got fangs, tusks. Unlike some deer who have antler, Siberian musk deer have got tusks instead that grow down the way, that are used for scraping their marks into trees, for digging into bark, for feeding and so on. He drilled down through the canine and then across and then flushed out the bleach. And then he rinsed the bleach off and then he got in this packing material and then he sort of like moulded a tip, perfect tip with fang. Couldn't even see the join. Such an alien looking animal. He's so cool.
Oh, great looking.
That's just brilliant.
Now his tongue is entirely the length of the inside of his mouth. And it's covered in a thick saliva. And you know these glue sticks you used to get when you were a kid? it just feels like one of those once he slipped you, because he was in the lion house for quarantine for a wee while. And one of the keepers said, "Oh, you gotta come in and see this guy, it's amazing." And I put my hand up and let him sniff my hand, and he flipped the tongue out, it wrapped right up arm and then back down again. And I was covered in the saliva. Now, everybody else would probably think, "Ooh, you know," but I was fascinated by this because it doesn't wash off. I just had to scrub my arms to get this stuff off. And of course, what they do is they've got these massive forepaws. Brilliant.
Oh, it's scratching himself.
I didn't realise they were so big.
I know it's called a giant anteater, but
Yeah.
he's like giving himself a good scratch. That's brilliant.
That could mean it giant ants.
Yeah.
How does he get the tops off the bottles? Does he? How does
Very, very dexterous with his claws, he just pops them off. I was sent back. Oh, no, you're going to go in and sleep. No, indecisive tonight. In here is gelada baboons. Now I don't want to shine the light on them too much, just enough that you can see them, because they're starting to get a wee bit kind of worried as to who's out there. Yeah, they're a wee bit kind of.
Look at the eyes.
Sort of faces are furrowed.
The amount of rods packed into the owl's cone-shaped eyes means they can see in almost starlight, and really, really well in starlight. But however, this is actually a day hunting species. See how the eyes are bright yellow? If it's a bright eyes, then that's a day hunter. If it's kind of darker eyes that dawn in sort of orangey colour, like Eurasian or European eagle owl, that's a dawn and dusk hunter. And if it's black eyes, so if the sort of area around the sort of iris is black as well as the pupil, then that's a night hunting species. It's down to, if light hits a light coloured eye, there's quite a lot of light reflected out of the eye, whereas a darker eye absorbs more light, so it's more efficient in low light levels. So owls don't always hunt at night, and owls are completely silent in flight as well. That's what I was hoping she'd do, but fly back. Rough estimate, how heavy do you think the biggest of the two owls was in kilos? What do you think? The rough guess.